in the game just to get my fatty. And these lazy ain't got competition. It's me versus me, love Key Talk.
Welcome back to Key Talk Media. This your host, Key Talk. Check it out, man. All right. Hey, if y'all want to see me grow like I want to see me grow, make sure you hit that like button for me, especially if you Key Talk game. Make sure you hit that like button for me, really, before the video even starts. Anyway, so listen, man. We got to talk about Chicago today. Chicago is one of the most deadliest cities on the planet Earth. And I say on the planet Earth because obviously we're on this side of the earth in the United States. You know what I'm talking about? And every time it's a holiday that comes around, especially a holiday like Memorial Day, what do we see? We see people inside of Chicago getting killed 24/7. You know what I'm talking about? 50 shootings in a Chicago weekend, 25 shootings in a Chicago weekend, 15 shot, 3 killed. It just be the wildest stuff in the world, right? And this Memorial Day weekend is no different than what it normally is. It's pretty high still, right? So it says Chicago shootings, at least 35 shot, 9 fatally, including a 5-year-old girl. At this point, the whole Chicago, when Memorial Day come, they gonna end up making laws and rules where the people of Chicago gotta just stay inside the crib, or if they outside the crib, they get some type of ticket. You know what I'm talking about? No hanging and chilling with the families, none of that at all. And what they'll do is they'll section it off, kind of like they did when they did redlining. They'll section it off to where it's just particular communities, often the communities where a lot of the violence and the shootings actually happen, and they're going to end up doing something because actually it may not do nothing. Maybe just want them to keep just killing each other off. That could be, you know, what they want, but it's just ridiculous, whatever it is, because the kids is the ones that's getting killed. You know what I'm talking about? Kids might be doing the killing and also getting killed, which is wild, right? But I'm going to read this report for y'all. We're going to read this together about Chicago, right? So it says, it's been a violent holiday weekend so far in Chicago. At least 35 people have been shot, 9 fatally since Friday evening. One of those left a 5-year-old girl dead. The girl's father is recovering from multiple gunshot wounds, so that lets us know that the killers that killed the 5-year-old girl was trying to kill the father, but they ended up shooting the daughter and killing the daughter, right? It says he is hospitalized in good condition, and he's surviving, but he's going to remember this for the rest of his life, and more than likely going to go spin the block back on the people that tried to kill him, right? It continues and it says, the girl has been identified to the Cook County Medical Examiner Office as Ray Ware of Lincoln, Illinois. Police said just after 3:30 a.m. Sunday, a group of people were standing outside near South Campbell and Jackson when shots were fired. Witnesses said at least 4 men hopped out of a car and started shooting in what appeared to be a targeted ambush. You know what I'm talking about? So that's just some people trying to go spin the block, slide on whoever they trying to slide on. That's exactly what that was, right? And it continues and it says, police said the child was inside of the parked car when she was shot. A 24-year-old man who was standing outside the car was shot twice in the leg. So boom, there's another shooting, right? A man who asked not to show his face saw it all unfold from his bedroom window. That means he about to tell them what happened, but he don't want his face to be shown because they're gonna come back and kill him too, because now he's snitching, right? So it continues and it says, I heard 1 shot, then 30, 40 more shots. So they out there with the switches. You know how the switches go, you know what I'm talking about, firing all them shots, right? It continues and it says, the witness said they've been partying over there for at least the last week, just chilling. I ain't heard 1 shot. I don't know what went wrong. Yeah, they over there partying and posting, and then finally the ops figured out their address. Like, oh, they over there think they just having a fun, good old time. Somebody finna die because we know why they be out killing, because somebody done killed their dead homie. So now they got to go, or diss their dead homie in a song or something like that, and now they got to go kill, right? And that's typically how it goes. But it continues and it says, 27 Ward Alderman Walter Burnett said that the girl's father was the other victim, well, the other shooting victim. Burnett said they were visiting Chicago. A drive-by pull-up, get out drive-by is when you keep going. We're getting one of these people when you get out and start shooting, the witness said. Somebody was in a car and got the baby out. The baby was limp. It wasn't no life in her. So they got the baby out and ran down there and got into another vehicle and went to the hospital. So I guess this is another shooting. It says, despite a candle sitting near where the child was killed, the shooting rampage that unfolded in a near West Side community has dimmed the hope for some neighbors. It should have been dimmed. You know what I'm talking about? Charleston White did say something that went extremely viral. he said a song, it was like, Chicago kids are doomed because their parents and their fathers or something won't move or something like that. And to be honest, at the time he say things that be wild and crazy, but in actuality, a lot of the stuff be having truth to it, right? Unless people is able to move outside of the communities where they at and split the people up, you literally have to split up the people that's inside of the hoods. Why? Because they're going to keep killing each other. And why? I mean, it's evident. It's the evidence that's actually there. If they don't split up and you got to send this group way over there somewhere, send this group way over there somewhere, they're gonna keep killing each other. And I mean, we're seeing it day by day, every Memorial Day weekend. You look up all the Memorial Days in Chicago, and I guarantee it's always gonna be more than 10 killings. I don't know when the last time on Memorial Day where there was less than 10 shootings. We're not gonna say killings, but we're gonna say at least 10 shootings. You know what I'm talking about? I bet it's probably rare to find one that was less, and it's not just Chicago that this happened, it's all over 50 states. You know what I'm talking about? But we're talking about Chicago specifically right now because this is the one that's, like I say, really big on the news right now with 35 shootings, like 9 dead and a 5-year-old, right? So it actually continues and it says, despite, we read that part already. It says, over other holiday weekend shootings across Chicago, minutes before that 5-year-old girl was killed, a man was shot to death. So now, before they came and killed the 5-year-old, there was another man that was shot to death while standing on a sidewalk on the city west side, police said. The deadly shooting happened around 2:58 a.m. in the 1300 block of South Christina Avenue in North Lawndale. A group of people were on the sidewalk when shots were fired. It is unknown if the gunman was part of the group, so it kind of looked like the ops saw him and they just pretty much killed him, or an argument happened and they killed him, right? It says a man 28 died after being shot in the back. Chicago police shot in the back. He probably trying to run off. It says 2 women, 18 and 28, were shot in the legs. They were taken to the hospital and were expected to be okay. A 25-year-old man was also shot in the leg. Police said he drove himself to the hospital and was in good condition. It's unknown what led up to the shooting. I ain't gonna snitch because you know I'm talking about snitch to get stitched, snitch to get killed in some places, not all places, right? It continues and it says it's unknown what led up to the shooting. On Sunday night, 3 people were shot and critically injured on the city's south side. The shooting, I'm not even going to read the rest of the shooting. Just all we need to know is that Chicago is a war zone. All around the world and in the inner cities is a war zone, but specifically we're talking about Chicago right now. It's definitely a war zone. A lot of people dying, a lot of people killing. So if you're outside tonight, actually don't even be outside tonight. Just go into the crib, you know what I'm talking about? Because your chance of dying inside of Chicago, if you live in there, is very, very, very high. You know what I'm talking about? RIP to everybody that lost their life, especially the 5-year-old girl, super innocent, ain't have no clue what was going on. They said she was just there in Chicago visiting. They don't end up going to Chicago visiting with her daddy. Daddy don't end up getting shot. She don't end up getting killed. So that's super tragic. Anyways, let me know something. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about this entire ordeal. I'm out.